7th of January 1994, Mike Walker walked into Goodison to take the helm.
Did you feel that you had a difficult decision to make coming?
Not coming, no. Once they'd made it clear that you know, they were interested, then it wasn't really a problem. You know, there was a period obviously when I was trying to sort things out with Norwich, and once that wasn't forthcoming, then it wasn't a big decision. You know, it wasn't hard to make the decision, put it that way.
Everton had won just one of their previous 12 games. They lay 16th in the Premiership.
Everton's club motto decrees that only the best is good enough. It's a good job that Mike Walker's an ambitious man. He's got a lot to live up to. It's only 6 years since Everton were the best, champions twice in 3 seasons. But Mike has got what he wanted, a club with the will and the wherewithal to back into the very top. There'll be something like £7 million for him to spend with boardroom changes in the offing, and yesterday he signed up the week's most wanted man. Brett Angel rejoins Everton for a second loan spell, but is set to complete a £500,000 move from Southend this time. Without him, it would have been a mini Everton attack because Paul Rideout is injured. There are recalls today for Andy Hinchcliffe and John Ebbrell to a team that's lost its last 5 Premiership games, Everton's worst run for nearly 12 years. Swindon Town have reserved some of their very best football for the very biggest stages, but they've won more friends than points on their travels. Keith Scott, the big centre-forward signed from Wickham in November, is back on duty today. Gerald Ashby, who had charge of the Sheffield United-Manchester United Cup tie last weekend, is back on match of the day. And it says something about the task that Mike Walker has taken on, that Swindon are the form team in this match. Early header from Angel, knocked down by Cottee, Horn with the shot. We're halfway through the season, and Everton have already lost 8 home games. But already there are signs of a fresh start. Barry Horn just a little off balance when he struck the shot, but the combination between Cottee and Angel was instant. Angel to Beagrie. Brilliant play by Peter Beagrie. Still Beagrie. Here's Horn. Jackson. Ward. Space for Jackson. Cottee. Ebbrell. Yes! He couldn't have asked for a better start. John Ebbrell gives Everton the lead inside 5 minutes. And the Midas touch from Mike Walker. Beautifully worked. Peter Beagrie's meandering run set it all up. And then Jackson found some space ahead of Ward. And Cottee set up Ebbrell. And Ebbrell picked his spot. It's John Ebbrell's first goal since the opening week of the season. And what an opening for Mike Walker. Horn. Ebbrell made another forward run here. It's a corner kick. Nicky Hammond just got a hand on it. But John Ebbrell, who has frustrated Everton managers and coaches down the years with his failure really to realise his goal-scoring potential, seems to have found the range today. This is in towards Beagrie. Headed away, though, by Whitbread. Ward again. Towards Angel this time, but he was taking a ride. Been a frustrating month for Brett Angel. So much speculation and so little football for him. And he's been out of the Southend side since just before Christmas. Ward smartly in. Beagrie. Well, that was the way he didn't want to go. Somerby. Southall parries. Much is in, but Southall brave enough. A little would be a little disappointed he didn't hang on first time, although it was a shot with a sting from Nicky Summerby. And Andy Much was loitering with intent. Neville Southall the second time of asking. Well, enough spot for Bowden this time. In towards Much. Oh, he did really well. I was really unlucky. Andy Much denied by the crossbar. And he really had to wrap his head round that cross from Paul Bowden. He actually had 6 months as an Everton junior, Andy Much, but didn't make the grade at the club. Won by Angel. Horn. Hinchcliffe. Beagrie. Here's Angel again. Beagrie. Oh, element of surprise. It'll come for Ebbrell and for Cottee, and Everton double their money. 3 minutes of the half remaining, and Tony Cottee's 93rd goal for Everton eases some of the worries which were beginning to creep into their play, set up by Ebbrell, although it was once again Peter Beagrie with that little step inside and that awkward shot which Nicky Hammond couldn't quite deal with, which caused the trouble. And when Ebbrell squared it, Cottee was on hand to slide in what can only be described as a typical Tony Cottee goal. That's his range. Snowden. Beautifully done by Kevin Horlock. Here's Martin Lee. Well, when Mike Walker emerged for that marvellous reception at 3 o'clock, he would have settled for returning to the dressing room with a 2-goal lead. His team were out of the blocks inside 5 minutes with a flying start, a goal from John Ebbrell. Swindon certainly put 1 or 2 hurdles in their way in between times, but Tony Cottee finishing the half strongly gives us an interval scoreline of Everton 2, Swindon Town 0.